What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Intergalactic Brew. Wanted to come and do a quick video giving y'all my week 1 preseason summary. The first video I did, of course, I recapped the Falcons and everything. Who else did I do? I did the Jaguars and the Giants, and I did the Jets and the Bengals, I believe. But this video, I'm gonna be oh yeah, and also did the Eagles and the Steelers as well. But for this video, I'm gonna do the remaining preseason games of week 1, which was the Titans versus the Seahawks, the 49ers and the Vikings, and the Colts versus the Rams. So, first off, the first game I want to get out the way is the Titans versus the Seahawks. The first team offense for the Titans, Matt Hasselbeck, Chris Johnson, Jared Cook, Nate Washington, all those guys, they look solid. It's some things they could still improve on. Matt Hasselbeck has to learn to be more mobile in the pocket, I believe. The receivers have got to start catching passes. Too many drop passes in that game. Not a good sign for your starters. Chris Johnson, he looks solid. He's not like something that jumps out at you. He's not the Chris Johnson of 2005 or whatever. But he seems to be getting back to his regular self, I guess. But I think the offensive line needs to do a better job of opening gaps for Chris Johnson to run through, because he only picked up, I think, minimal amounts of yardage in that game. So Tennessee Titans O-line, get on your job. Real talk. As far as the Seahawks defensively, they look pretty good. That defensive front is going to be a big problem this year for a lot of teams. They were able to get Matt Hasselbeck on the ground. They stopped the run. The secondary looked pretty good with Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman and all those guys, Earl Thomas. So yeah, the Seahawks secondary looks pretty darn good, as well as the defensive line. So I think they're going to do a good job this year in the NFC West. I think they're going to pose a lot of problems for the 49ers, to tell you the truth. As far as the Seahawks offense looked pretty solid as well. We didn't get to see Terrell Owens play, so I'm anxiously anticipating that, to see how much rust he's had, because he hasn't played in about a year or so since he signed with the Bengals in 2010. That was the last time T.O. played. So he hasn't played a whole year of football, or at least of NFL football, excuse me. He was playing in the Arena League. Sorry about that. So he hasn't played a year of NFL football, but he was playing football last season. It just wasn't, NFL. But yeah, I'm anxiously awaiting to see what T.O.'s gonna bring to this Seahawks team in 2012. So we'll get a good look at him next week. As far as the other offensive players, Braylon Edwards looked good with that what was that, a 70-yard catch jumping up. So it looks like Braylon Edwards hasn't lost a step. He looked good. It seems like the running game is still going to be there. We didn't get to see Marshawn Lynch. Hopefully we'll get to see him next week. I'm not really worried about him. He's one of the top rushers in the NFL, so he should be alright. I was really impressed with the rookie Robert Turbin. He's pretty good. So yeah, it was cool. As far as the the Titans defense, like they need more practice. They really need to go back and look at the tape and really start to get down the fundamentals and the techniques, because there were a lot of busted assignments last week when they played against the when they played against the Seahawks. So yeah, Tennessee Titans D, get it together, secondary and all. You know, the Seahawks were just having their way with them, and that goes for the first, second, and third string. You know, another thing I want to point out, some notable players that really impressed me, or really just, you know, aside from the defense, the offense, like I said, Braylon Edwards, he impressed me. Matt Flynn, he looked alright. I still think he can improve, but Russell Wilson stole the show. That was his show last week. You know, he had a beautiful touchdown pass. I forget who that was, but he also had a rushing touchdown as well on the beautiful bootleg fake to his left and ran it all the way in for a touchdown. So nice job by Russell Wilson. I think he really opened some eyes, and I think he's you know, rapidly approaching that quarterback starter position. So Matt Flynn and Tavares Jackson definitely need to step their respective skills up and really come out and put on a display of excellent offense next week. But yeah, Russell Wilson did his thing. I got to give it to him. Also, defensively, Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner made a lot of good plays. Brandon Browning with that beautiful interception of Matt Hasselbeck. I think it was in the first quarter. Ran it back for a touchdown. So good job by him. And that's pretty much it. So Seahawks, you know, keep improving. You know, just keep working on the little things, and y'all gonna have a good season this year. As for the Tennessee Titans, practice, practice, practice. That's all I gotta say. Going on to the other game that happened. What other game? What other game did I say? Crap. Oh man, I lost track. But anyway, another game that happened Saturday was the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers. First off, let me say, Carolina Panthers, if y'all are going to have any, and hear me clear when I say this, Panther fans, if y'all are going to have any chance of making it to the playoffs, number one, to the Super Bowl, number two, and to win the NFC South, number three, Luke Kuechly cannot be the best thing going on your defense first preseason game. Period. Period. Like, Luke Kuechly was the defense last week. I mean, you know, it was some linemen and some secondary people that made some decent plays, but it wasn't enough to impress me. And you got ESPN and NFL Network juicing y'all up, talking about y'all gonna be a threat this year in the NFC South. From what I saw Saturday, I don't believe none of that. So y'all can go ahead and just kill that noise right now. So yeah, Carolina Panthers D, y'all got a lot of work to do, because there is no way a rookie should pretty much put the whole team on his back and be making plays. It's just no use for that. It's really not. If y'all talking about y'all gonna be a threat and y'all gonna win the NFC South and go to the Super Bowl and all this other stuff, the way y'all played last week, not gonna fly, partner. But offensively now, I will give y'all credit, Panther fans. Offensively, y'all look pretty darn good. Although Cam, you know, he really looked lost out there, especially on the first play. Like, how are you not gonna see? How you not gonna, anticipate pressure coming from your left side? And that's like the main side that rushers love to get to, the left side, because that's the side that the quarterback sees the pressure coming from the least. I mean, we've seen it on many different occasions. So that was stupid by Cam. So yeah, and really the only good thing that Cam did in that first few series is, get a good, probably get like a first down, a rushing first down. That's about it. But other than that, he just kept missing receivers and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, dang. This guy's supposed to be one of the hot new sensations in the NFL, and he out here looking like, he back at Pop Warner. You know what I mean? So, I know y'all Panther fans gonna come on here and hate. I really don't care. I'm just being blunt and speaking my mind. So, if you don't like it, don't comment on the video. But if you do comment on this video, I must warn you, be prepared to be dissed, because I'm going to diss you. Straight up. Bottom line. Okay? Now, back to the Houston-Carolina game. The Houston Texans look awesome, man. Houston Texans look awesome. I mean, their defense was sharp. Like I just mentioned on that first play, with Brooks Reed coming from the left side, untouched, just basically knocking Cam over. Beautiful. The rookie, I forget what college he was from, but some dude named Holiday, that rookie that had that nice return for a touchdown. That's what's up. Matt Schaub looked good, and the receivers looked pretty darn good as well. Owen Daniels and some of the other receivers on the team. I don't think Andre Johnson played, so it was a lot of second-year guys that played Saturday, but they made some nice plays, some good catches. The running game looks like it's still there. The rookies and the sophomores, they showed out. Arian Foster, he did some good things before he got fumbled, or got before he got the ball stripped from his hands from Luke Kuechly, who was the only bright spot for the Carolina Panthers defense on last Saturday. So yeah, Arian Foster, he looked good up until that fumble. But other than that, the Texans look like they're ready. I think they get Andre Johnson back next week, and they have like the full starting offense out there. I think we're really going to see what they can do. And like I said, Wade Phillips has that defense ready. So the Houston Texans, they're going to bring the pain this year. I would say them and Jacksonville would be the two teams I would be looking out for if I was in the AFC. Now, I know a lot of y'all talking about, oh, you just basing it off of one preseason game. Well, yeah, I am. And it's my opinion, and I'm sticking by it. You got a problem with it, say something. Real talk. But anyway, yeah, the Texans look good. Carolina Panthers, they need some serious work. I think them and the Titans should join up together and do a combined practice, because they need it, and they need it bad. But anyway, going on to this game, the 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings. 49ers, first team offense, defense, it looked good. I mean, really. I mean, Alex Smith was just driving the ball downfield with ease. Just kept hitting running backs on screens. Had a nice catch in the red zone to I think it's Brett Swain, I believe that's his name. Sorry, bro, if I mispronounce your name, but I think his last name is Swain or Swin something. But yeah, that was a nice fade into the to the end zone from Alex Smith. And like I said, the running game looks good, man. Their running game is going to be punishing this year with Brandon Jacobs, Kendall Hunter, Anthony Dixon. No, wait. With Brandon Jacobs, Frank Gore, Kendall Hunter, Anthony Dixon. Then on top of that, LaMichael James. They might at least be in the top 4, top 5 this year in rushing. Like, I think them, along like with the Falcons running game, we're going to be 2 of the top rushing teams in the league. I believe it. For real. For real. I give Baltimore, you know what? I give Baltimore's running game some credit too. They'll probably be up there as well. But yeah. But like I said, Alex Smith and that first team offense, splendid job. The first team defense, there was a little busted. There was a busted coverage. The first drive of the Vikings, where Christian Ponder hit a receiver in the open field. I think that was Carlos Rogers that was covering the receiver, and he got smoked. So if they can tweak their coverage skills up a little bit, the 49ers secondary should be okay, because they're an awesome secondary. So I don't think you'll see any more mistakes from them like that again. So yeah. And then the quarterback from Nevada, I think his name is Colin Kaepernick. I think that's how you say his name. He did a real good job. He could be one of the front runners for the number 2 spot behind Alex Smith. And then the guy from Tampa Bay that came over to San Francisco, he did pretty good as well. One thing though, I'm going to say to the 49er fans, y'all better hope that Aldon Smith isn't out for the season. Because if he is, that's a big blow. That's like not even a big blow, that's like a huge dent for y'all defense. Because between him, Bowman, Willis, and Smith, man, you know. But yeah, man, hopefully Aldon Smith will be alright, and he'll be able to get back out there next week and do some damage like he's always done. But yeah, so the 49ers look like they're ready to take on their division again. But like I said, I think it's going to come down to the San Francisco and Seattle for the NFC West this year. I seriously believe that in my heart. I believe that from what I've saw, or from what I've seen, I should say, this first week of preseason, I think it's going to come down to Seattle and San Francisco for the the NFC West. I mean, you know, the Cardinals, I don't know. I really don't know right now. They're kind of in disarray, you know, especially that first game against the Saints in the Hall of Fame game. It really didn't look too good, offensively and defensively. I mean, they made some decent plays against the Saints, but you know, the Cardinals, they really need work. First, they need to figure out who's going to be their quarterback. Then, you know, y'all can go from there. And then, last but not least, the Monday night preseason game with the Dallas Cowboys and the Oakland Raiders. Man, I thought leap year was going to be here. by the time that game was over. Golly. I know there's one thing to have a stalemate, but this game was just stale. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys offense looked horrible. Like, Dez Bryant was the only guy on the first string offense that did anything. So, you know, Tony Romo was getting hit as usual. I know I just made a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans mad, but I don't care. I'm just speaking the truth. Tony Romo was getting pushed around as usual. So yeah, Dallas really didn't impress me Monday, but neither did the Raiders. Man, y'all better not come with that stuff when y'all play against the Falcons, boy. We're gonna tear y'all up. Woo, boy, we're gonna tear y'all up. If y'all play like that, boy, we're gonna get all up in y'all, boy. I am so serious right now. And then the Raiders didn't even make it even better. They didn't even score a point. Golly. You know? They didn't even score a point. Like, Jacoby Ford gets picked off first play of the game. Like, geez, man, I don't know what Carson Palmer was thinking. Like, seriously, bro. I mean, I know it's preseason, but you still got to use your head. I mean, I don't know if you were seeing double when Jacoby Ford was downfield, but the last time I checked, Jacoby Ford is about 5'10", 5'11", not 6'3", 6'4". Seriously though, I mean, if you're gonna throw it downfield, I mean, you know, at least throw it to Jacoby Ford in man coverage. You don't throw a pass to your receiver in double coverage. Like, seriously, that's just basically like putting your hand on a hot stove. You just don't do that. You don't put your hand on the stove when it's hot. So basically, you don't throw a pass downfield to your receiver in double coverage, especially if he's as little as Jacoby Ford is. Then the disaster continues with Terrell Pryor. Give me a break. Lord help us all. Anyway, Terrell Pryor doesn't help the cause with, you know, not being able to get out of the pocket. I mean, he made one good play out of the pocket where he was able to get some yards for a first down, but that was pretty much it. You know, he kept missing receivers. You know, didn't make good enough decisions at the right time. You know, just kept getting bullied by the Cowboys' defensive front, and that was really the only bright spot in the game. I mean, really, it was the defenses that really made the game interesting, or even made it acceptable, because the offenses were just stinking it all up, for real. But anyway, boy, Dallas Cowboys and Oakland Raiders, get to work. I'm for real. Get to work. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, one more thing. I ain't gonna even really go into like full detail about this. The Colts versus the Rams. All I gotta say, Andrew Luck show. That's all I gotta say. Andrew Luck show. That's pretty much it. The defense looked good. The Colts defense looked really good. So basically, it was just a live Indianapolis Colts practice, pretty much. That's pretty much it, man. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? Andrew Luck show, defensive clinic. That's all I can say. But anyway, I done gone over again. I don't care. But anyway, feel free to comment if you want. And I'm gonna be doing more preseason videos probably next week, and that'll be the last video I do before the first game of the regular season for the Falcons. So y'all be cool, and I'll see you on the other side. Deuce.